there are two things that people throw out when studying Koryu, right? And the two main ones are Budo and Bujutsu. Those are the main ones that everyone throws out there, right? We got to talk about what that is, because everyone's like, well, it's the same damn thing, it's just another word. And it's a different word with a different meaning. It's not the same thing. And then from Bujutsu and Budo, you also see other aspects like Buge and Bushido. Other words that people tend to get mixed up is Ninpo and Ninjutsu. Not the same thing, right? They're different aspects. So today we want to talk about terminology to an extent. We'll do the Ninjutsu, Ninpo a little bit later. Right now let's talk about Musha, Bujutsu, Budo, and we'll also talk about Buge and Bushido. So when you hear the word Musha, first of all, the word Bu, which we understand as warrior, you guys know is comprised of two smaller characters, Tamaru and Hoko, which means to prevent conflict or to deflect the spear. Who does that? Warriors. So when you see the kanji Bu, it means warrior. The kanji Bu can also be said as Mu, M-U. So when you see Musha, that's a warrior, Musha, like Musha Shugyo is a warrior journey. When you see the kanji Nin and Sha, that's a person of stealth. But we pronounce Ninsha as ninja. What you see, Musha, that Sha, means person of. Bu is warrior, the person that's a warrior. Then you have Ninsha, or ninja, it's person of stealth, person of concealment. And just the way that we pronounce it, same kanji, just the way that we pronounce it is much different, right? When people talk about Bujutsu and Budo, Bujutsu means technique or art, right? So when you see like Kenjutsu, it's the art of the sword, right? Tanto Jutsu is the art of the knife. Sojutsu is the art of the spear. Hyujutsu is the art of archery, right? We say that as art. It is, techniques is also understood. The difference between techniques and art is that when you do something that's a technique, it's something that's in the physical realm and it doesn't go any deeper than that. Something that's an art is something that's deeper than just the physical form. So the reason they relate it to an art is because you're training it where it's actually part of who you are as a person. But then you get into people who take these words and they use them wrong online, and then it gets confusing for people who study the arts. Bujutsu, you could say as the arts of the warrior or techniques of the warrior. That's what that is. Budo means warrior way. So example, Bujutsu, military arts, military techniques. Or Bujutsu, warrior arts, warrior techniques. You use either way. Budo, military way, or warrior way. You could also say martial. So Bujutsu, martial techniques, right? Martial arts, you can use it that way. Or you have Budo, military way, martial way, warrior way, because you're trying to come up with a meaning, an essence of what you're doing. But then you see other words that get tacked to it and people don't understand what that is. An example like Buge. So if you have Bu, meaning warrior, and Ge, which that's another one that you see all over line, Buge. Buge means martial arts. There are people online that truly believe, like, well, if you study Budo, and they're using the word Budo like their martial art is Budo. Budo cannot be defined by anyone's organization or any specific ryuha. Anyone who says, well, to study Budo, you have to be with this organization, that person is massively closed-minded, and I feel sorry for him to believe that only one organization or one train of thought is a ownership of the word Budo. You can master Bujutsu and be terrible at Budo, but you cannot be good at Budo without mastering Bujutsu. And I'm going to explain that. So again, Bujutsu, we talk about is warrior technique. Budo is warrior way. The Budo, or warrior way, is the higher, it's the philosophy, it's the strategy, the way you do things, the way you carry yourself, the way that you are as a person, strategies, principles, philosophies. All of that is a higher level than Bujutsu. Bujutsu are just techniques. Budo is holding yourself, the way of the warrior is holding yourself at a much higher level, a much higher standard than the people who are not warrior. So Budo Ryu, right? School of the warrior way. We try to hold ourselves, and it's a try because no one's perfect. We are trained to refine our skills to hold ourselves at a higher level than the individuals walking around. right? We strive for excellence in everything that we do. Not just war, not just combat. So, how many times have you guys seen people who are good at MMA on TV? They can punch, they can kick in a variety of different ways, they can grapple, they can throw. They have lots of Bujutsu. They're really good at warrior techniques, yeah? But then you see them on the microphone and they're a complete asshole. Yeah. They have no standard for any sense of excellence at all. So they're a good example how someone can be really good at Bujutsu and they haven't understood Budo. But to understand Budo, the warrior way, you have to understand the warrior arts, the techniques, because that's what gives you that understanding of the way. Do you understand that? This idea, although it's not exactly the same, it is very similar when we talk about Ninjutsu and Ninpo. Not the same, but very similar. And we'll discuss Ninjutsu and Ninpo a little bit later, because when you talk about Budo, do means the way, and then you get to Ninpo, po means method or law. So there is a slight difference. And now someone say, well, Ninpo is like Budo just for ninjas. I've seen that online. That is dumb. That is dumb. And they say these things because they don't train in the arts. And you can't understand Ninpo without truly getting good at Ninjutsu and understanding Ninjutsu. You don't get Budo without being really good at Bujutsu. In the Bu world, you do have Musha, which is warrior. Bujutsu, warrior techniques. Budo, warrior way. But you cannot interchange Budo with Bujutsu, just like you cannot interchange Ninpo with Ninjutsu. We'll do the Ninjutsu aspect a little bit later, okay?